In this video, I'm going to show you all the upcoming mounts that have been shown in the mount journal for Midnight's beta. I went and I recorded a bunch of them. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but I think I pretty much got most of the more exciting ones. We're going to see a continue of the trend of getting a mount in multiple different recolored versions, and you're going to see this throughout this video as we see the same kind of mount just in different colors and gained through different types of content as well. Much like you can see with this bird on the screen right now. Now this is sorted alphabetically from A to Z, so it's in no particular order. There's going to be some good mounts throughout this video in different parts. This mount is actually the one that you're going to be getting for having 600 mounts in your mount journal, I believe. So that we should be getting quite soon. This one is the new Delve boss. Let me solo him. This is the mount that you're going to get for defeating that boss and getting the achievement. Here's a pretty cool looking one with the void and the light, much like the pre-order mounts that you get of the Dragon Hawks. Now, most of the theme here is going to be like light and void, but there's also like a fungal storm ray theme going on too, as you'll see throughout. This is from the new Brawler event. There's actually a couple of them. This is going to be before midnight, so stay tuned on the channel for when this comes out. I'll show you how to get it. This is another one that I believe is also going to be from there. It looks like we get this one at rank 6, so it's earlier than the other one. For this one, it's going to be part of the Turbulent Timeways event where you have to do 5 time walking dungeons. You're going to get a voucher that allows you to purchase one of 4 mounts. This is one option. This is a second option. Now, the quest itself, like I said, is going to give you one voucher to buy one of the mounts. I really hope that the other 3 are going to be purchasable as well because they're pretty cool looking. I really like this one and that first one that we saw. They're really nice. And I assume if they are purchasable, they'll probably be with time walking badges. So I recommend having a bunch of those on hand in case you have to purchase these with like 5,000 each or so. This event will only be coming in December, so you have like a couple weeks still. This is the mount for the Midnight Keystone Master for doing dungeons. This is the easier one to get. Here's some rare mount drops. As you can see here, we're going to see a bunch of recolors of this particular mount throughout. Here is another fungal kind of spore-orientated mount. Not much information on it just yet, so we don't know how we're going to get this one, but obviously it's a beta, everything's still new, and there might still be more upcoming mounts in the future. A really cool Dragon Hawk over here. Also going to see multiple recolors of that. This is the Midnight Keystone Legend one. So this is the higher version of the Mythic Plus season. This is the mount that you're going to get there. Here's a pretty cool color. This one's actually going to be purchased from a vendor with 100 of a certain currency. Not sure how this currency is gained just yet, but I think this is going to be one that you're going to have to farm for. Then there's a rocket that you're going to make with engineering. It's not actually colored in yet, so we don't know what this mount's actually going to look like, but you can see it looks very similar to the Brawlers Guild one. Then we have the Echo of Al Sharan, which is going to be this kind of like new dragony mount. Going to be interesting on how this one works. It does seem to indicate that it might be a special drop in Harandar, the location. Here's one that you can purchase from a vendor in Harandar as well. This zone actually has a lot of the mounts that you're going to get. Here's this mount over here that you're going to buy from a vendor in Silver Moon City. This is a Grim Lynx. We're going to see several recolors of the same new kind of creature. Pretty cool looking thing. The 2 doubled spiked tail vibe. It's actually pretty nice. Reminds me of the Horde Wing Riders in particular, but just like in a different style. It does seem like it's going to be a ground mount though. Some more Dragon Hawks, different colors. Then we have this Shred Claw over here. We don't know how we get this, how this is gained. This is pretty cool looking though. I really like this. I wish this was the PvP mount. Unfortunately, it's not. We will see that soon. This mount is a special one for the achievement for doing some stuff in the pre-patch to Midnight. So this one should be coming soon as an event within the Twilight Highlands with a bunch of bosses. And there's also another mount that we'll get, which we'll see soon. There's another recolor for the Hawk Strider. I actually kind of like this one though. Then there's this thing over here, Prey Seeker's Hubris. I'm guessing that this is probably linked to the prey mechanic. So, I mean, I'm just guessing, but it looks pretty interesting. There's another one as well in a different color. Probably also linked to the prey mechanic in some way or form, maybe even an achievement. We'll see once this placeholder text is replaced with something. Here is another Shredclaw in a different color. Pretty cool. I do prefer the first one we saw though, with the more whitey and red kind of colors to it. And then there's this mount over here that is, man, it's fantastically glowy and bright. It's such a crazy looking mount though. Like it's incredibly flashy. I actually kind of like it. It looks really cool. I hope it flies. In the pre-patch event in Twilight Highlands, we're also going to get this mount that we can see as a recolor from the new Rubar Palace Seasparg and the raid mount pretty much from there. Looks like we use 100 of a currency to purchase it. Then there's another recolor for the Grim Links that we saw earlier on in the video. Also pretty cool. Obviously a huge Herondar focus to this mount. Here's another recolor to this like Spore Glider with this fungal theme that's going on. Here's what it looks like. And then we have a couple of the mounts in this like demon like winged form like this, which is a reused model, I think from Shadowlands, if I believe. I didn't really play Shadowlands, so I'm not really certain, but the model's very similar. Then we have the Silvermoon's Arcane Defender, which looks like it's purchased with Undercoin. So this might be something you have to do delves to unlock and purchase. So expect to do that. This mount is the reward for completing the Glory of the Midnight Raider. So if you do all of those achievements, this is what you'll be getting from that. Pretty cool looking. I actually kind of like this one. Here we have a new type of model. It's like a snake spory kind of vibed creature crawly thingy. I do feel like the model is a bit lacking. It doesn't seem super like high quality in some cases. The same with this one. So I wonder if these two mounts are still being worked on because it looks very flat in terms of the coloring like on it. So hopefully that changes. This is the PvP mount for season 1 in Midnight. I don't really know what creature this is, but it looks okay. I think I've seen better. And then we also have this kind of like rhino themed monster with this like the plants and the spory kind of vibes. Also really flat looking colors on it. I don't know if that's by design or if it just doesn't look like it's popping. This mount is pretty cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, this Zulaman rare creature mount looks really awesome. Strange looking thing. Reminds me of like an armadillo or something. It's also going to be available in a different color, but I think I preferred the previous one that we just saw to this one. And then there's this one over here. Now, a bunch of these lost ones are like undecided of what they are and where they're going in the game. They really just don't have much information on them. But you'll see here, they're mostly just recolors of some of the mounts that we've seen earlier on in the video. Like I mentioned, they're just going to take similar models and just make like 4 to 5 recolors of all of them. This final one is a bit interesting. There's not a lot of information on this one, this jellyfish. It's huge though, it's massive, and I don't think we're supposed to be riding it up there where I'm sitting. It's probably going to be a little bit different in its final iteration. And those were all the mounts that I could find in the mount journal that were new and different and exciting and not currently accessible. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching.